What is going on, everyone? Oh my God, what a great night! Union versus Red Bull, reuniting this matchup again. And we were down. If you guys did not follow me on Twitter or on Instagram, we were down there, down at the Subaru Park, checking out the vibes. There was a good amount of group of fans, mostly Sons of Ben and Keystone State Ultras, but we had some TVs out there and we were hanging out, just watching the game from outside the stadium, singing, chanting so the guys can hear. It was a great time down there, and just getting this big victory here against the New York Red Bulls, 1-0 final score. It's just funny how all the banter that goes on throughout the past couple of days between Red Bull and Union. Of course, the whole topic of the Red Bull are not really the Union's rival. It's more so the Red Bull are the Union's rival, not the Red Bull rival. So that was great. The fact that we got the victory, and yet again we are victorious in this rivalry here. DOOP, by the way, is a little different today, as you guys can tell. My MacBook is a little bit down right now. We don't have time to battle with it tonight, so we are going straight AirPods, and we're just fresh off. Literally about an hour ago, we just came back from the game. I'm just going to give you my real raw reactions. We're going to talk about some of the different things that I saw today in this game. But going into this match, guys, we talked about the fact that the Red Bulls don't really have a strong attack, but they are a pesky team, and we already know what the Red Bull system is. Nothing has changed with the Red Bulls. It's about the high press, counterattacks. But to this game, it was a little bit different. This year for the Red Bulls, you've seen Chris Armas line his Red Bulls up in a 4-4-2. They really did not get to replace Bradley Wright Phillips over the offseason, and you've seen Royer up top in the 4-4-2 alongside a Brian White or even a Tom Barlow. In this game, we saw Brian White get the start here today, and I was also wondering whether or not Kaku would get the start here for the New York Red Bulls, but he did not, and he came off the bench as well. But it's just weird to see the Red Bulls not having that number 9, and there was opportunities in this game where the Red Bulls had opportunities to get a goal, but they just were not clinical in that final third, and that really helped us out in the end. Let's talk about the starting lineup and the formations for the Philadelphia Union. So the formation stayed the same with the 4-4-2 diamond, and I talked to you guys. I've really been talking about it since we got back from Orlando. How I just want to see the Union change up the formation every now and then. The fact of the matter is, when we're lined up in the 4-4-2 diamond, it is great. But if if you cannot get the high press clicking on all cylinders, you don't get those counterattacks. It's kind of tough to attack from the 4-4-2 diamond. We have issues of sustaining quality possession when we are in that 4-4-2 diamond. But in this game, my opinion may have changed. I saw some things that I think that this formation can work regardless. But let's dive into the formation. So starting goalie, Andre Blake. Again, solid game by Andre Blake. Made a couple of big shots, nothing too crazy, but the back line again was playing really well, and Andre Blake's job was a little bit easier. He really didn't have to sweat anything, nothing like what we saw in Orlando. And again, another solid performance by Mr. Andre Blake. Starting in that back line, we saw Kai Wagner get his start again after missing the New England match due to leg injury. Next day, we saw Mark McKenzie. We saw Jakub Glaznis get a start here. We saw Ray Gaddis get a start here as well. Mark McKenzie and Jakub Glaznis, of course, that is something we haven't seen in a minute. Jack Elliott getting some rest. And Jakub, you're going to need Jakub to be fresh when called upon. And we know he's a quality center back. Of course, everyone likes to talk about the LAFC game, but in this game, he showed you defensively he is more than capable to start next to Mark McKenzie or Jack Elliott. And this is a bright thing to see, and you really want to see this because, as we all know, the Mark McKenzie rumors are heating up. And if he does leave, we feel, you as a Union fan, feel comfortable with the fact knowing that Jakub Glaznis can absolutely step in where Mark McKenzie leaves the void, and him and Jack Elliott can still create that wall that we have had. Mark McKenzie in this game here, I really commend Mark McKenzie for his ability to just rebound off a bad play. I saw in this game Mark McKenzie, getting beat by a guy or making the wrong pass, but he doesn't dwell on it. He turns back around, and he gets back into the play, and he forgets about it. And I love seeing that from Mark McKenzie. But of course, you gotta limit the mistakes because you're getting looked upon by some of these European clubs. You need to be on point at all times, and I think he's definitely going to learn from those mistakes that he had in this game. Ray Gaddis, big game by him. Of course, he got an assist here, but he was active on the attack. He was tenacious in our final third, and it was great to see Ray Gaddis, and he even got a yellow card. So I guess it's kind of cool seeing Ray Gaddis getting a yellow card because we know what type of guy Ray Gaddis is, and it's kind of honestly kind of funny seeing him getting a yellow card. But let's move on to the midfielder, guys. So starting from left to right, we saw Jamiro Monteiro start at the left shoulder midfielder. At the 6, Jose Brujo Martinez sporting the cornrows, the AI cornrows. You love to see it. At the right shoulder midfielder, we had Alejandro Bedoya, and at the tip of the diamond, Mr. Medford Messi, Mr. Bundesliga, Brendan Aronson. Where do we start here in this midfield? I'm going to start with my man, Jose Brujo Martinez, because, again, showing you the class as far as his attack ability goes. I saw him, the ability to, again, create attacks and create attacking from out wide, which I really want to talk about in a little bit, but great match by him. And again, showing you the defensive tenacity that he has. Jamiro Monteiro, again, was vital on the attack. Brandon Aronson had a couple opportunities. Alejandro Bedoya, the engine that he has at the age that he has, it is remarkable, and he absolutely deserves that armband for sure. Another great game by the midfield. Let's move on and talk about the forwards. Now, leading up to this game, I talked about it in the preview. Would Andrew Ruin actually get the start in here? And I told you that I wanted to see him get the start. I thought he would start it for Kasper Shibilko, but Jim Kirchin decided to go with Kasper Shibilko and Andrew Wooten as the 2 forwards there. And one thing I'm clear upon now after watching this game as Andrew Wooten is a starter. Wooten's future here is whenever that I don't know what's going to happen because obviously this year's a little weird, but after his contract is up, I think he's got to go. I noticed that, number one, he is slow. He is absolutely slow. He was holding up play, and it was just so weird to see because he's like slow as molasses. He's slower than Kasper Shibilko, and I think we did not get what we thought we would get. And it's crazy because when he was coming from Bundesliga 2, we were told that, he was coming off his best season in Bundesliga 2. Now, I don't know much about Bundesliga 2, but I would assume that MLS and Bundesliga 2 are pretty similar in as far as skill level goes, and Wooten has not demonstrated any of that whatsoever. Kudos to Jim for, giving a guy an opportunity. And he's definitely going to continue coming off the bench, but I'm just not impressed whatsoever with what Andrew Wooten offers to the Union. That's just my personal opinion. Kasper Shibilko got a goal here today. Needed to finish a couple more opportunities. Needed to be clinical as well. We did see Sergio Santos Gomes come in for Andrew Wooten. And we also, as far as other subs goes, we saw El Senior come in for Brandon Aronson. We saw Warren Creval come in for Jose Brujo Martinez. And Jakob Glesnes actually did get hurt in this game. And we saw Jack Elliott coming for Jakob Glesnes. Now, this game, in the first 30 minutes, there was no scoring going on. And there was no shots on goal going on. In the 31st minute, that's when Kasper Shibilko got the nice goal. That setup play was absolutely spectacular. Shout-outs to Matt Doyle from MLS.com for pointing that out. 21 consecutive passes, the Union kept control of possession. And literally, the best part about it was the way you saw the Union move the ball from one side of the field to the other horizontally, right? And then, Jose Brujo finding Alejandro Bedoya, who then slipped it to finding Andrew Wooten, then slipping it to Ray Gaddis, and Ray Gaddis crossing it into Kasper Shibilko. And if Kasper were to miss that goal, that tap in, we would have absolutely lost it. That was an easy-ass goal, and kudos to Kasper because he actually did finish. But that was a nice pass by Ray Gaddis. I have never seen Ray Gaddis with a crisper assist than that one, and that would put the Union up 1-0. And in the rest of the game, it was back and forth. At the end of the first half, you saw the New York Red Bulls get a couple opportunities. Throughout the game, the Union had a good amount of opportunities. The 66th minute, 67th minute, you saw Kasper Shibilko miss the chip. And then a minute later, you saw Sergio Santos Gomes missed the header, and then 78th minute, you saw Sergio Santos Gomes miss another one as well. He had 2 clear opportunities to get goals, and he missed those opportunities. Kasper Shibilko as well. So the forwards specifically need to work on being more clinical in the final third. And that's all I'm going to say as far as the forwards go, because I did see some nice runs being made by by all three of the forwards, honestly. Booten, as a hold-up forward, I'm out. I'm so out on that. I did not like what I saw from that. We're lucky that the Red Bull are going through this retool, rebuild type of phase. That you saw a lot of their youngsters out there, and I feel as if against another team, they would have taken advantage of us. To be quite honest with you guys, we were lucky that the Red Bulls are not as strong as some of these other teams, but I really did like the way the Union attacked the whole field, and the Red Bull did sit back a couple times throughout this match. You saw the Red Bull sit back, and the way the Union were able to move the ball from the left side to the field to the right side of the field. That's what you want to see, because we've seen teams constantly. You saw it against Portland, you saw it against New England. Both those teams sitting guys back, and the Union struggling, trying to find another way to attack. And I said that I wasn't sure if the 4-4-2 diamond would be good at times, because if you can't get that counterattack game going, you have to be able to sustain a good amount of quality possession. And the Union haven't been able to do that. But today in this game, the Union found a way to get possession going. And there was some good methodical passes going on by the Union. I saw guys attacking spaces. I saw guys making the right runs. And I'm genuinely and thoroughly happy that we saw that. Again, this was a great result. And anytime you beat the Red Bull, it's a great win. It's absolutely a great win. You absolutely love to see it. Man, absolutely nothing can make this day worse. Make this day bad. Phillies also got the win too. And final score again here: Union beating the Red Bull 1-0. What a day! And I also want to give a quick shout out before we sign off to all the members of Sons of Ben and just the Union fans that were down there. I will have a vlog coming out shortly, just showing some of the scenes that went down there. I hung out with Sons of Ben as usual. We had a big TV there. It was a great time. We did some singing, we did some chanting. Shout out to Keystone State Ultras. They did their thing as well. But it was a good time. And guys, definitely, come on out. We do try to do our best to social distance, but it was a great time. And big shouts out to all of the guys that came out there tonight. In the comments below, guys, let's talk about all this game here. Let me know what your thoughts were against the Red Bull. What did you see? The Union's next matchup is going to be this Saturday, 7:30 against DC United. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Of course, I will have the preview for that video coming out before that game as well. Thanks so much for watching again, guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and the channel to help continue the growth of your favorite parcero. And until next time, guys, I'm your boy Parcero Philly, and I'm telling you guys to do ball.